Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Dose of Gaming News and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble and on Patreon for extra support. Any kind of news and the such and updates I will do about on Twitter X. And later today we'll have Midnight Suns episode. Again, it's 6 episodes per week, Monday through Friday, to Saturday, sorry, until we wrap up this series here. And just a quick reminder, there already have some completed gameplay series here. So let's go to the news, and we got the Qualcomm kind of a update, let's say, from the Intel takeover there. It's seemingly the Qualcomm CEO, Cristiano Amon, did indeed went trying to see what he could buy from Intel in terms of conversations and the such from some elements of the Intel. Probably, I don't know, from designing the vision, even though I think Qualcomm also designs chips. I don't know if it is having to do with a different architecture thing there, because Intel, in terms of x86 architecture design, they have the patents, which they afterwards, I think, license it for AMD. And I think it's something that it's kind of locked out of other people to do, from what I understand. I don't know if it's something that they wanted to do regarding like the patents or something like that. But eventually, the rumors molded into basically a complete acquisition from top to bottom. Um, yeah, which is interesting. The meeting's motive supposedly was to strike a deal with Intel, whether it was a ground up acquisition or reprocessing some aspects of the company. Not much else is being thrown out there. Just a quick rundown here. Intel is currently valued at 98 billions. Even though Qualcomm has 13 billion cash on hands, they got their own market capitalization of around 190 billions. But even though if they want to acquire completely a company like Intel, they had to have those cash in hand, at least 98 billions. But I will assume, given supposedly if it by any chance went through, they will not buy Intel by their current valuation. I think it's usually this business usually are done by the potential, so there's always a price increase there. um, I don't know, given these values, probably around 150 billions to buy it like wholesale, or try to buy it wholesale. And for that, Qualcomm had to try to get around some investment from someone somewhere else to make this kind of acquisition. But even without those restraints there, again, I don't think this will happen. Um, Not to mention the regulatory worries from the regulatory bodies there regarding from I don't know, because the fact Intel has very deep ties with the U.S. government in terms of projects and specific things regarding defense stuff, which I don't think they will be very happy to let something like this happen. Sorry, or I'm not even sure if they have any say regarding this in terms of the partnerships that they have with the state there in terms of manufacturing chips, and I will assume custom chips, sorry, on other stuff that they might be doing. But yeah, I don't think something like this will happen. And even if Intel somehow agrees with this, I don't know if the merger will or the acquisition will ever happen. Most likely, they might be able to acquire certain parts of the business, if that much, if anything happens. But I don't see anything going through, at least in the near future. I don't see, unless Intel just, I don't know, fails spectacularly. Then they might be open to, I don't know, salvage the business there by selling and be acquired by other companies, given one of those seems to be Qualcomm. But yeah, other than that, I don't see even the fact that again, almost impossible to do so, uh, because mainly how crucial Intel is for at this moment in time, very important to U.S. government, and at least the idea, the projection of what Intel supposedly is. But yeah, um, basically that's it. I don't see anything else happening here. And in the slight chance that there must be a maximum, maybe Qualcomm might buy, for example, I think there's a good possibility acquiring like the GPU side of things from Intel, maybe. But even Intel is using their own GPU technology on the new CPUs and APUs that are coming out. So, yeah, I think it's the only thing that it might get into it because server side it's very profitable. The CPU market, at least the AI market, I think they are trying to claw a little bit more from AMD and introduce some good products there. And again, on the GPU side, I think it's the main thing that it's left behind. But then you got also the fab business, probably something that I don't know. They might kind of make an exclusivity deals there. I don't know, or even acquiring the foundry business. I think they Intel already invested too much there to let it go, at least at this moment in time, given also the investments that the chip X and other stuff that and other injections of capital there on that side of the business. I maintain that maximum it's probably going to affect GPU side if anything happens at all. Basically, that's it. From Sony, again, I assume they are on the panic mode there. Again, recently the Concord debacle of around $500 million going through the drain. They are going to announce another state of play. Again, I will assume this was already scheduled because this state of play seems to be more focused on third-party games. Usually, I think that's the way they go about it. The last one, we got Astrobot, Concord, God of War. I think this is from the last one. Path of Exile 2, Silent Hill 2. Yeah, this seems to be the last one that they did. Yeah, this next one is going to be September 25th, so tomorrow, 12 a.m. Central European Time, 7 a.m. Japan time. Yeah, on tomorrow YouTube and Twitch. This is Pacific and Eastern time from United States. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to try to reveal here. I think it's going to be more around third party games. Supposedly 20 PS5 games and PS VR2 games, but I think there are going to be a lot of PlayStation VR games. That thing is not going that well. The VR business for PlayStation 4, I understand. Um, but yeah, 20 PS5 games again. This comes a little bit late. I think they should take advantage of. Again, I don't know. I still think that there is something that they wanted to present it at PS5 Pro and make it as the rumors came out of making Concord like the main flag of that presentation. Like you can now play Concord PS5 Pro with the extra details or whatever it is they were going to do about it, and they just had to cut short a lot of stuff there. I will assume they went for the right from older games that people already bought and played, and they are not going to sell that much, in the sense that if somebody will buy a PS5 Pro, will take advantage of that by replaying again the same game. Usually, people just want see these kind of features on newer games that are coming out or just recently launched. Again, I think if they are going to bring something of upcoming games from at least even from third-party games that can have like an exclusivity deal with with PlayStation, I think it would have served better if they announce any kind of thing regarding PS5 Pro to try and sell that console there. But yeah, we'll see how this will go. Again, PlayStation and Sony to a certain extent are they are not on the good end of the stick here. But yeah, in other news, we got Baldur's Gate 3. Again, they wanted to make two games at once, but seemingly one is winning out. Again, this is after Baldur's Gate 3 success. Again, I think they took the best decision possible, which is ditching the IP. Not because the IP is good or bad, it's mainly for them to, given that they are self-publishing developer team, I think it suits them best to come up with their own IP. At least they have the rights to manage those IPs and they are not dependent of third parties that are mandating something regarding the games that they want to develop. Again, I think they did the best option there. But yeah, similarly, Sven Winkel, that even though they are trying to make two games at the same time, again, they seem to be pretty adaptable in terms of how they work, uh, in the sense that they can leverage one project over the other, even though they are basically d- developing two games at the same time between all the studios that they have. But yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Again, there is no details on the projects themselves. There's like overarching things regarding their ambitions in kind of the size of the RPGs they are trying to develop there. Nothing more that can, in terms of details there. Um, just a quick reference here that one of their problems, which is not a problem, but I think it's more of a challenge there, is to do what you're what we, sorry, to do what you're suggesting is that we actually know what we want from our gameplay systems, how to evolve them, how to do new things, and they're all big. Again, it's kind of the scale of the projects there. I think it's the challenge that they have, which is not a problem. Again, if it was a problem, they didn't manage to do something with that. But yeah, hopefully everything will be smoothed out between the decisions if they're going to make the decision of prioritizing one game over the other. I think it's a better choice there, trying to so they don't have the issue of having two game launches very close to each other, um, or else one can cannibalize the other one. I think that yeah, I think they'll eventually will prioritize one game after the other, so they can have like a spaced out launch between each other. So again, we don't incur on the situation that they are competing against each other in the same thing, which usually it's RPGs. They're very specific on their own RPG style. But yeah, hopefully they will we will have more news. I don't know. Next year, I think we'll have a little bit more details, maybe on one of the projects, the one that will win out internally there. Frostpunk 2 supposedly is already profitable, even though it's only sold 350k units, which is good. Again, I'm not sure. The France publisher, Frostpunk 2, doesn't say the name of the developer of Frostpunk 2. I'm not sure how big the developer is, but I will assume they are not that big in terms of numbers, but they know how to manage a budget, given that they only needed 350k sales in terms of copies to make it profitable, which basically they cover the development costs and the marketing costs also, which is interesting. And again, the game on Steam so far is mostly positive feedback from the players there. Again, this is a very specific kind of game. It's not only a CD builder management. They in this one they added a little bit more stuff there. They got the hook here is the story mode of the game, from what I understand. Usually these kind of games are it's really not for me, but for what it is, I think they did a pretty good job from the reviews that I saw. And basically, it's a sequel to the first game and takes around 30 years after the first one. But yeah, they will again continue to patch the game on any kind of issues that it might have. Interesting enough, this game I think was developed on Unreal Engine 5, if not mistaken. I think it's going to be a little bit easier to introduce the mods for this game, which is something usually in this kind of games it's very well tooled for that. This kind of games to introduce mods for custom maps and all that jazz, and other kind of technologies and things of the such there. Then we got some rumors. Again, more rumors regarding Resident Evil. Supposedly now it's launching second half of 2025. Again, I will assume around Halloween. Around that time, it suits the theme here for Resident Evil. But yeah, this Ignus, I think we already saw this one when I covered these leaks and rumors from Resident Evil 9. In terms of like extra juicy stuff, it's probably just going to be an announcement the of the game itself in the following weeks or months. So until the end of the year, probably we got at least a couple of opportunities for that announcement to come out, if it will come out, which is the Tokyo Game Show 2024 and later at the end of the year the Game Awards. They are likely candidates there. They have both they have an exhibitor on Tokyo Game Show. Um, I think the Capcom. I think they're focusing a lot more here on the Monster Hunter Wilds because it's a huge game that is coming out early next year. So I'm not sure, at least on the Tokyo Game Show, it's going to be any kind of announcement. I think if something happens, I think it's more likely on the Game Awards because it's like a show at the end of the year. They can take a little breather there of trying to market the 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 Monster Hunter Wilds game there. And as an announcement, I think it serves best on a Game Award show kind of a thing there. Do we got also the State of Play coming, which might be an interesting slot to put it in there, even though I think coming before the Tokyo Game Show, it might remove a little bit interest from Monster Hunter Wilds. But yeah, the Resident Evil Village was announced during a PlayStation's Future of Gaming, and Resident Evil 4 was announced in a State of Play from 2022. So again, there is a good possibility that will happen there. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what they are cooking up there with Resident Evil 9. And then lastly, we got a new patch for Black Myth Wukong. Again, this one it's focused on fixing a lot of issues that the game has and some translation, subtitles, and the such. There, I think that the localization issues. That's what the word that I was looking for. A lot of localization issues and some stuff here regarding combat and navigation there. Yeah, other than that, I think the game runs smooth if you have the hardware too. It's very scalable also, in the sense that this game can leverage very well the upscaler technologies. And so far, people are having a blast. I think it's already sold around almost 20 million copies since it launched. So the only warning that people they are game science is giving is even though the patch is around 1.7 gigabytes, the PC will need around 92 gigabytes of free disk space due how the game update methods work. So basically, he will need, I don't know, to unpack the compressed files or something like that to verify the files. I don't know, and do the check there. I think it needs to all that space. So yeah, it's a lot of space. But again, if you're just having like a couple of games in your hard drive, I think it will fare okay. But yeah, it's just a quick mention here, so you at least have 100 gigabytes of free memory space on the disk there. That's basically what they are warning people of. But yeah, let's go for gaming deals. We still have this free game, The Last Stand Aftermath. I already claim it and install it. Again, when I have time, I might try it out. And again, this will go. Got a couple of more days here. I'm not sure if I'm able to try today and give a feedback for tomorrow when I do the gaming deals part of the things to see if it is something that it might be useful for claiming for free. But again, it's a free game. On Steam, we got still Resident Evil franchise is on sale. I will leave all Resident Evil games on the description below so you can complete the collection there. We got Sandland, 44% off on the base game, and then we got some other DLC stuff there. But yeah, very positive to mostly positive. Yeah, between 80% on positive reviews here on Sandland. Um, when I have time, for sure I will give it a go. I'm very interested on this game, mainly because of Akira Toriyama. Then we got Dredge, entered on sale. This is the digital deluxe edition. It only has this one, which is the Blackstone Key DLC, but there is the Iron Ring also and the Pale Beach DLCs that it's the completed part of the complete edition. I think at this moment in time, you buy the deluxe edition, then you just buy other two the other two DLCs, and it gets cheaper. But yeah, as at least as a tryout, I think this one seems a pretty good one. Then we got Pacific Drive, again, one of those that I really want to try out. I really like this kind of games. And the deluxe version is 40% off. We got also Dragon's Dogma 2, 43% off on the base game, and on the deluxe edition 38%. And again, if you're not sure, you can also try a little bit the character creation and storage kind of a thing there. I think it at least you save a little bit time when you launch the game, and it's free, so at least you can tweak around. And interesting enough, the character creator on this game does have an impact on the gameplay systems. The height, and the weight of the character has a lot of does influence your stats there to a certain point. We got also Death Stranding, the director's cut, which is 50% off. Again, excellent game from what I played. I'm not sure if I reached the middle of the gameplay. I don't think so, but very interesting, very Kojima-esque. But the game systems are pretty good. Then we got also, again, Nier Replicant. This is the remake version, 60% off, and the sequel, Nier Automata, also 60% off. Then you got Farewell Edition, again, overwhelmingly positive game. You can download the demo and try it out if it is something for you, and it is 80% off on the digital deluxe edition. I think it's the better version there. And then finally we got Midnight Suns. Again, I'm doing the gameplay series of this game, having a blast playing this game. I did manage to claim it for free from Epic Game Store. And I only have the base game, so in this gameplay series, I'm only going to do the base version of the game. But yeah, it's 75% off all around from all the editions there. The season pass already brings all the DLC together, so there is no need to buy anything. I think the season pass already brings everything. So yeah, I really do recommend this game so far. So far, the game mechanics are pretty good. It's from the same guys that brought XCOM 2, so it's one of those. But yeah, this is what I got for you today, guys. I will just wrap up with a plug on my Patreon as usual for extra support. The extra support is for me to get in line and trying to get a better storage solution so I can have backups of stuff that I do for my clients, and of course some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. So until then, I'm Master out.